And it's OKN Senior qualifying heat 1 coming up next. 11 laps, 14.5 kilometer race distance. And again, thinking he can come away with the wins. We'll have to see what happens, but he certainly started it very strongly with that pole position in qualifying. Drivers get the engines fired up as they make their way out onto the circuit. Let's quickly take you through the starting lineup for this one. Jacob Mikolev and Sebastian Korpeng round out row number 1. Winner from yesterday, Luna Flusha, starts on row 2 with Maximilian Rafalek alongside. George Nassar and Francis Szygelski round out row number 3. Markus Schilkunas and Wojciech Woda round out row number 4. They'll have Philippe Caras and Ella Latama on row 5 and the top 10. Hugo Heron and Jean Canas round out row number 6 with Bernardo Benaldi and Gianna Pascal rounding out row number 7. Austin Gale and Romeo Nassar, who had a much better qualifying today, sees him start on the 8th row of the grid. They'll have Adam Sador and Gazi Motlaka alongside just behind on row number 9. Elizaveta Kozlova and Charlotte Page round out the top 20 on row 10. They'll have Pip Casabene and Sofia Sanfari on row 11. Peyton Westcott and Alessandro Biggie go from row 12 ahead of Charles Lambert and Charles Trockler on row 13. Then it is Casper Bonda from Prix Trevino with Jana Kapoor and Rahim Alabai on row 15. Great to see that Rahim is out on circuit for this one after he had a very big moment yesterday in the qualifying heats. Isaac de Melweek and Anastasia Genesis round out row 16 with Truly Adams all on his own on the 33rd spot of the grid, as Hamza Al-Fayez, I believe, is not going to be taking part in this one. Unfortunately, the driver who was involved in a red flag incident yesterday woke up this morning and I was told was just feeling far too sore to go racing today. So we do wish Hamza Al-Fayez a very swift and speedy recovery, and hopefully we see him out in the next round as we head to the Middle East, of course. This is the last European stage, or the last round of the European stage of the season. And it's all the Middle Eastern rounds next. Right, drivers have passed the red line. Now they need to get themselves into position here. But as you can see, the field was very spread out there past the red line. So we'll have to see what happens with this one. It looks like it's okay now. Are we going first time? The answer to that is yes. We are racing in the first OKN Senior race on Sunday, and it's a lightning start for Jacob Mikolev, who breaks away at the front. Luna Flusha slots into second and is immediately going to go on the offensive here to look down the inside, but Mikolev slams the door closed and denies the chance of getting through. Sebastian Korpeng, I believe, is there, but no, I think that might be, is that Wojciech Woda in the 253? No, it's not. It is the 220 of George Nassar, who's up into 3rd place now. He's had a lightning start for this one, as he's gained several positions as the drivers make their way down in towards the final hairpin. Big send for Flusha, and George Nassar tries to follow as well, but can't get through. Flusha in the lead at the end of the first lap of this first qualifying heat of the day, as Mikolev slots into 2nd place. Nassar's there from Korpeng. Schilkunas has got up into P5. He's had a good start here. He's up 2 places. Rafalek into 6th. Philippe Caras in 7th. Head on from Szygelski. Caras as well is there in the top 10. Eyes focused on these top runners at the moment, but Flusha leads the way from Mikolev. Nassar, though, leads the next pack just behind. George Nassar here is under an immense amount of pressure from the field behind as they're all closing in here. It's 3rd place all the way down to around P15 at the moment. There you can see them going through. You can see Korpeng at the moment in a in a tense situation right now. He's got Philippe Caras just behind. Now remember, Sebastian Korpeng was involved in an almighty moment yesterday that involved Rahim Alabai as well. Both drivers suffering quite a bit from a big impact yesterday, but thankfully both of them were okay, fit and well after the incident, and have been deemed okay to go racing today as well, which is superb to see, as Luna Flusha sets the fastest lap of the race now. Is bringing along Jacob Mikolev at the moment. He's not dropped off the back of Flusha's bumper, as well. Austin Gale's tumbling down my order on my timing screen. Is that a fact, or is that a timing glitch? I don't know if it is. We'll see when they cross the line. if it updates. But Austin Gale, who had a relatively decent qualifying here, now finds himself right down in P23. So he's had a dreadful lap on that last one. Eyes on here, the top two, Flusha and Mikolev. Right now, the gap coming down a little bit, extending still 0.2 of a second as Wojciech Woda sets the fastest lap of the race. Now, Woda at the moment currently just inside the top 10 in P10. As off the track there, that is Ella Latama, I believe, the driver of the 217, is really struggling there and is off the circuit, and another driver as well. I can't quite see the name or the number. That's a lot of damage. That is Elizaveta Kozlova. Oh dear, that is a huge shame. Elizaveta Kozlova, who had some pretty good results yesterday, was right up there at the sharp end at some points. Now lies broken at the side of the circuit, and that NAS panel completely snapped in half. That will need a good seeing to from mechanic later on in the day. Here's a replay here. Now that's, I believe, on the outside, that is Austin Gale. That is the reason why he tumbled down the order, just on the outside line there, going wheel to wheel with another. And there you can see the whole train on the inside line will just have the pace, have the inside line, and he would just tumble down the order. Now, is this what happened with, wow, yes, that is what happened with Elizaveta Kozlova and Ella Latama. And, well, Ella nearly going over there. That is a very scary moment at a very fast part of the circuit. And there, unfortunately, for Elizaveta Kozlova, heavy damage to that NASA panel. Also, we saw a side pod there pop off one of the carts. So both drivers have now retired from this race. They are the first retirements of the race. Luna Flusha, however, leads the way still, and the gap has still not opened up. Jacob Mikolev, the pace here certainly has come across from qualifying and looking very strong here right now. Here's another replay down the inside going Sejeleski, getting past there. That's a little further down in the order. I think that was on Maximilian Rafalik. They're currently running around P9, P10 at the moment. So battles happening thick and fast throughout the field. No real big movers out there. The biggest mover gaining just 7 places. That's in the form of the American Truly Adams. Now, Truly Adams certainly has pushed himself strong in this championship so far this season. Is a driver who is on the top end of the kind of weight scale on that one. He's a little bit over on the weight class of it. He's been working hard with trainers, really pushing himself forward, been working hard with the team. Certainly been delivering really strong performances over the season, and he's just consistently got better and better and better as the season has progressed here, and he's certainly proving that right now with the biggest mover so far in this race. We'll go on to lap number 8 now. 7 laps completed. It's still Flusha from Mikolev, Korpeng from Nassar, Kalas, Shilkunas, Woda at the moment from Heron, Sejeleski, Kalas and Rafalik, the top 11. We cut back to the group just behind. There you can see Adam Sador, who's battling away at the moment in P12, has got the company of Maximilian Rafalik just ahead. Now Adam Sador is up 5 places in this race, looking to see if he can make it 6 at this moment. Pit Casabene and Sofia Samfari are 2 drivers who have gained 6 places. The same for Rahim Alabai as well. He's also gained 6, the same as Isaac Demelweek. Also gaining 6 places. So there are movers through the field, but the pack is pretty spread out at the moment. They're still going out of the exit of turn 13 while we're going in towards turn 1 here at the front of the field. Well, at the moment, 50 seconds separates the entire field out on circuit. But Flusha still leading the way. This is the biggest gap it's been so far. Jacob Mikolev not able to really stick on that rear bumper, but the pace has been absolutely phenomenal from both drivers. They've broken away from the likes of Sebastian Korpeng, who's there in 3rd place and is about a second off the back of Jacob Mikolev, who's not able to close that gap up at the moment. It extends just that fraction more now to 0.4 of a second for the race lead. We're going on to lap 10 now, 9 completed of this 11 lap race. And still the race is going on. You can see the trains forming in the middle of the pack there. Again, this is an interesting one here because we're seeing drivers who had those good results yesterday start to struggle today. And some drivers who had bad results yesterday really showing great performance today. And this is what we like about this format. This is what we like about the Academy program formats. You've got the full day of racing yesterday on Saturday with time qualifying heats and the finals. Today is a complete repeat of yesterday. It's a brand new day. It's not a carry-on from yesterday. The only thing they carry over from yesterday is the championship points they will have gained from yesterday's racing. There is Luna Flusha, though, winner of 4 out of the 5 finals we have had so far. And, well, she has scored nearly maximum points in many situations. She leads the championship at the moment by just under 100 points. I think it's 97 championship points. Luna Flusha leads the points tally at ahead of Felipe Caras at the moment, who's now second. But, yeah, not a lot of points between them.
Post number 2. 241 into 212 in the breaking point before the corner. 241, 212.
Well, there we're seeing confirmation there. Jana Kapoor making contact with another at post 5 out on circuit, or post 2, I believe, on circuit. So not an interesting one we want to see. Checker flag's going to come out, though, and it's going to go the way of Luna Flusha. First qualifying heat of the day. Third qualifying heat win of the weekend. It was pole yesterday, wasn't pole today, but certainly the pace from yesterday has carried over. The winner in the final is certainly looking strong at the start of the day. Luna Flusha taking the win ahead of Jacob Mikolev, who rounds out the top 2. Sebastian Courpeng finishing in 3rd place ahead of George Nassar. Felipe Caras, who's second in the championship, finishes this one P5 ahead of Marcus Shilkunas. Wojciech Woda in 7th ahead of Hugo Heron. Franciszek Szyjalski in 9th place ahead of Jean Caras, who rounds out the top 10 as the drivers make their way back into Parc Ferme. All of those results, of course, are provisional, pending any technical infringements or post-race penalties. That is yet to be seen. Of course, all of these drivers on exactly the same equipment. They can't really do much in terms of affecting the engines. They're sealed engine units. They get swapped over. There's a kind of lottery between the engines, so engine numbers change. Here we go then. Let's take you through the full starting lineup. We've gone over the top 10. Maximilian Rafalik finishing just outside the top 10 in P11 ahead of Adam Sedor. Bernardo Benoldi finishing in P13 ahead of Pip Casabene. Gazi Motlaka gaining 3 places in that one, finishing in P15. 16th place sees Sofia Sanfari with a gain of 6 places ahead of Renaud Nassar. Then it's Gianna Pascal from Austin Gale. Alessandro Biggie rounding up the top 20 after gaining 4 places. Charlotte Page from Charles Lambert. Then it's Brix Trevino ahead of Rahim Alabai. Isaac de Melwyk from Casper Bonda. Truly Adams from Jana Kapoor.